In this passage, Mark once more in his gospel points us to what it means to be a disciple of God, a follower of God, as he contrasts Jesus and Peter. Under interrogation and pressure from the high priest and Pilate, Jesus maintains his integrity, but forfeits his life. While under interrogation and pressure, from a few people, Peter forfeits his integrity to maintain his life. It's interesting to see the progression of Peter's denial. It begins with that of just a slave girl coming and accusing him of being a follower of Jesus. She had no authority. She had no real ability to cause him issues. But even under that little pressure, Peter succumbs and denies Jesus. And it's not surprising then, I suppose, that at the next step, with a few more people and a little bit more pressure, he succumbs again, until finally the whole crowd in the courtyard accuse him, and he begins to swear that he has no idea who this guy is. Do you recognize that in your life today? I recognize it in mine. And so often, even under the little bits of pressure, let alone the bigger pieces, the bigger challenges, I deny God. I turn my back on him. Heaven forbid that somebody see me pray in public. When somebody asks me what I do for a living, I work at a church. And I deny God. This morning, in Jesus and his appearance before the authorities, we find the standard for following Christ. It's perfection. And in Peter this morning, we find our problem, our inability to meet God's standard. Romans 3:23 says, "For all of us have sinned and fallen short of God's standard." And Romans 3:10 says, "There is no one righteous, not even one." And for that reason this morning, church family and friends, for that reason, we need a Savior. We need a Savior. So in answer to our need, Jesus, now completely rejected and alone, carries on to the cross for you and for me to pay the penalty of our sin, the debt of our sin that we cannot pay alone, but that we're all guilty of, having denied God, having turned our backs on him. For that need, Christ carries on to the cross.